Yo, I put it like wow, this that sound. These oaks don't work hard like me, I hope they know by now. Bayo Bab, stand my ground. Bro, these money trees go overseas like Percy Tau. I make sure you stay around, quiet when I'm under loud. No negatives allowed, me and positivity took a vow. I always play to win, don't anticipate loss. Mind always in the clown, my boy. Never think about the drop, never ever ever think about the drop.
Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the 1st of November. People are voting, exercising a democratic right. Some people are not, by the way. So that's also, I shouldn't just say people are voting. Some people are not voting at all. Some people have never voted in their lives. Some people don't know what a vote is. Some people don't know what democracy is. And that's fine, because it takes all types. It takes all types. It's a Monday. I've just come back from a place called Durban, or eThekwini. Now, we do have two people that work in the studio. One is a guy called Sipho, fantastic, handsome guy, hardworking guy. And then we've got Senzo Sitebe as well, who's very Zulu. So when I was down there, I thought everybody was them. I thought, Senzo, when I was down there, everyone is you, because a Zulu is a Zulu, you know? I thought there's a Zulu on my stoop. I thought I'd use that joke today. Not. What do you mean?
We're not the same.
Yeah. What are you saying? Not all Zulus are the same.
Like Sipho's from Durban, like he's from KZN.
Yeah.
Like he grew up there and everything. I grew up like in Joburg. So we even moved different.
So you can't say a Zulu, Zulus.
I'm watered down.
Yeah, so Sipho is very Zulu.
Yeah.
There's another guy who's one of our editors.
He's Zulu, I'm Zulu light.
Dilutegi.
Hang on.
Because when I have noticed so there's an editor here in part of the crew, part of the team, Sia. When they get together, it gets extremely Zulu. Now it sounds like they're planning for the what I don't know what the correct word is now, but back then what was the yeah, what was it when they defeated Newcastle, when they defeated the English?
Battle of Blood River.
Yeah, so it feels like that. Sanjuan, yeah, that's it. So I feel like when they're talking, I feel like they're planning to attack the British again, because here and wow, incredible scenes. But KZN, good weather, good humidity, good for the hair, good for refreshing. And by the way, I do understand why things are slower down there. It is some other lifestyle. I mean, I've been to Miami before. People keep saying Miami is the sort of, or Durban's the Miami of Africa. Let me tell you something. In terms of weather, Durban is as good as it gets. It is as good as it gets. So great to be back in Johannesburg. Great to be back on the MKT Show. What a weekend for sport. By the way, I was moving and grooving. It was tough. Yesterday, Saturday, I was working. I was flying. Sunday, the event was during the day, so I missed a lot of the games. I thought, wow, Villa West Ham, what a game that was. And so much happening. So Man City losing. I missed all of this. Because I was grinding, you know. I'm trying to, one day, hopefully I can do an inspirational video on YouTube about how I work 7 days a week and, you know, people will share it and it goes viral. And maybe then it comes out I'm a philanderer as well, you know. Possibly by then, by the time I'm 45, I've had 3 wives and it's all fallen apart. Who knows? I want to be successful enough to have sort of an affair with an actress. Maybe that's where I need to go, you know. You got to be really, really successful to have an affair with Angelina Jolie. I'm not saying that will happen, but probably if I do, it will happen to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, buddy.
It's going to happen.
It is going to happen.
You're going to make money, you're going to have an affair, and then it's all going to fall apart.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I hope I want to get that
self-destructive.
I do want to get that successful. On a real note, I do hope I don't have an affair with Angelina Jolie. She's got about 18 kids, and that would just be an extra added problem I wouldn't need. If you're gonna have an affair, do it with somebody who's single and has no kids. All right. Well, enough advice from a single person about such things. I've had a great week. I'm feeling good. We're gonna have a great week. We're going to talk about where I was right, where I was wrong, social media, and then we'll recap on the English Premier League. By the way, before we go to a little break here, stay out of Mummy Lordy. I'll tell you why in this show, because there's a person on the loose. It's not Keanu Reeves. All right, the MKT Show on the other side. If you're going to have coffee, almond milk. If you're going to have proper coffee, almond milk. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, Senzo, people like yourselves, James, Ryan, I've seen you guys, whoever's having coffee here, bunch of disgusting human beings. You guys don't mind drinking chicory with lots of milk. I mean, what? This is going to be a journey, huh? I mean, imagine we become successful together as a team. Mm-hmm. At some stage, I'm going to need you guys to start drinking proper coffee.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there, my man. I'm open to it. I'm not completely crashing the idea.
Yeah?
I'm open to it.
But our fellow team member, Paulo Diaz, has a great saying, is start how you intend to go on. So maybe I should actually be forcing you guys to drink proper coffee now. But then it becomes my problem. What am I doing? I don't have kids. I'm a bachelor.
Exactly.
Now you guys, such a nightmare. James, your bamboo cup situation, a lot of people saying, what is the story there? How come you never have your bamboo cup? Is it a lie that you even have a bamboo cup? Do you care about dolphins? Has Ryan influenced you perhaps to say, there are no dolphins in Johannesburg. I live in Johannesburg, is plastic cups. Who cares about one-use plastic, single-use plastic? Who cares that perhaps rivers may flow to the ocean? Because who cares that these things have happened? We had an incident a wee while back called. So we used to have something called the Pangea, right? And then there was an event where we kind of, like a bad marriage, we kind of broke up, and you kind of see the shape of the world if you were to bring it all together. We were once all together. It was the Pangea, and then we had a mass. A real breakup, if you will. So, James, just the bamboo cup situation, you drinking chicory, I mean, what's the story? Oh, no. The guys are... it's a public holiday in this country, so we want to be able to hear the guys in the back, but they all took a public holiday today. So we'll get James in a little bit. I mean, it'll happen. So there's James. James, can we hear you?
I hope so.
Yeah. No, we can hear you. What's happening? So as you can see, by the way, James has finally had a haircut, and he's trimmed the beard there. Oh no! Now, James, we do happen to work out at the very same gym. I believe in peer pressure. Right, I've been conditioned. A lot of people go, "Oh, peer pressure is terrible." I believe in it. I believe in bullying. I was raised at a boarding school, is where I became a man. So, have you been bullied by the amount of celebrities at the gym that you go to? Because your new haircut very much has that look, and the gym you go to is full of celebrities, full of like real sporting champions, and it is in one of the most yuppie areas in the world. So, is that why you've gone with this incredible new look?
So I haven't been directly bullied by any of them. Just walking past them in the gym, that bullies me a little bit.
You have seen it, huh?
Yeah.
That gym is not quite. It's not quite like the West Rand where Ryan's from, where guys are just shifting weight. It is. Yeah.
It's an intense gym. It really is, for real. Like you'd be often when I'm done with my session or whatever, and I'm in the bathroom or changing whatever, I can hear like they have those classes.
Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can hear the man on the like little intercom thingy like shouting with them, and it's a wild place. At 7 o'clock in the morning, that gym is wild.
Yeah, you know what the problem is there? Is that probably, I mean, there's 4 or 5 sort of types of athletes I'd never mess with. One of them is the Olympic rowers.
Yeah.
They are some of the craziest guys. I don't want to bore people, but I did once actually train with the British Olympic team once in Mallorca. I did like 2 days of training with them. And then I've trained with the South African Olympic team just for like a day. And then I was like, And I do like to think I'm a pretty tough guy. You know, I will stay in there. Those guys are another level. Point being, a guy who was on the verge of joining the Olympic team is actually sort of part owner of that gym. So you know the intensity that's already coming from the top. An elite rower who is mental. Devon is something else.
It's honestly a scary place.
Yeah.
It is. Even just some of the people. Just the people, not even the vibe.
Yeah.
You'd be minding your own business and then you'd see a man with many tattoos all over.
And he's just massive and ripped. I do know the guy who you're talking about.
He's kind of bold, right? And he's
massive dude. Yeah. No, I know exactly who you're talking about. Kind of like Ryan. They're a little bit more ripped. Ryan is on his way though. As you can see, tattoo, scary guy. Although
him flexing burnt my eyes.
Is there anybody in the world more opposite, or is there a better example of don't judge a book by its cover than Ryan? Because a lot of people would see. I mean, let's get that shot again. See, you see Ryan there. You're probably thinking he's the head of a biker gang.
He's a breaker,
and he has killed 2 small children for stealing sweets from his shop this morning. But he's actually the opposite of that. Like Ryan is a full-on nice guy, like properly nice guy by West Rand standards. I mean, we also don't know at this stage things of whether he actually started Devilsdorp. We don't know that. We haven't done enough investigation.
Maybe he's about that adage, kill them with kindness. So.
Oh, that's true. Maybe. Oh, I don't want to say this. I'm not saying you are this.
No.
Maybe he's kind of like Michael Jackson, you know, nicey, welcome to my park, but actually I'm a weird guy making children sleep over.
In the same bed as me.
That's it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So we had a conversation on WhatsApp yesterday.
Yes.
And at 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah. Oh, don't be ridiculous. 4:15.
Potato, tomato.
No.
You've spoken about Michael Jackson a lot in the last...
No, he's concerned.
It's because he doesn't get any flack. Like, I don't like the fact that...
But how are you going to give flack to a dead guy?
Listen... what's it? R. Kelly's basically dead inside, right? Because Robert.
True.
He's basically dead inside, and everybody gives him flack, you know. And it's like other people who have died get flack, but just because, I mean, Michael Jackson, he's kind of like Ryan, except a little bit better again in terms of Ryan's the king of pop culture, and then Michael Jackson's the king of pop. So everybody loves Michael Jackson. So nobody ever wants to talk about it. Like, I don't like that. Like
that elephant in the room.
Yeah, nobody ever wants to say, no, Michael Jackson is a disgusting piece of work for what he did. Like, no, I don't want to hear about his problems as a child. That does not justify him continuing the madness of Macaulay Culkin sleeping at his house. And everyone goes, oh, no, nothing happened. No, my love is your love, or whatever. Who's that? Whitney Houston.
Macaulay.
Oh, she smoked crack.
Macaulay. Come lie in bed with me.
R. Kelly's belief in the fact that he can fly has never been lower.
Yeah, no, he's not flying anywhere.
So now, what do they do with that song now in Space Jam?
What first? No, you got to leave it. I mean, the nice thing is that most people that'll watch Space Jam now are too young to make the connection. I just think because you know how it goes. There's just so much content, bro. In 5 years, the kids won't even know who R. Kelly is because somebody will be talking about, hey, Chris Brown and Rihanna. How come you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That generation will be my age, and they'll go, oh, Chris Brown still doing it. Yeah. How come nobody talks? R. Kelly's born at the right time to be a disgusting creep, but Michael Jackson just has he got the biggest get out of jail card?
He died.
Card or whatever.
Yeah, he died.
Oh yeah, no, that's but also his reputation is just no. It's fine. It's fine. Men are allowed to have extremely young 10-year-olds sleeping at their houses.
They're allowed to have Richie Rich at their house.
That's weird.
Have you ever seen that 4-part documentary that they did, the Leaving Neverland or Finding Neverland or whatever it is?
No. Where is it on Netflix?
I don't think it was originally produced for Netflix, but I'm not actually sure. I'll find out, but it's actually really, really interesting.
Listen, James, if you can find me a photo of Michael Jackson in shorts, they'll make my year.
By the way, shout out to everyone in the studio wearing shorts today. It is, if you don't know, so it's a public holiday here, but it's because we're voting. There's municipal elections, right? Local. So that'll be fun. Now, James, so you're saying Michael Jackson. So it is weird though. Like I feel like I'm the only one saying this. Do you guys just love Michael Jackson's music so much that you guys can't judge it?
They glossed over it there.
No, but I don't get it. Like, why is he worse than Catholic priests? Like it's disgusting. It is disgusting what Michael Jackson did. Like, why can nobody say that? And why is his music readily available?
I'm not saying nobody can say that.
Yeah.
I know what he did was most certainly not okay.
But you're like, oh man, I just want to carry on.
Are you okay?
Yeah, is Annie okay? Yeah, now that brings a whole new meaning to that. How old was Annie at the time when you wrote the song? You know? Should be Macaulay, are you okay? Maybe bring out a B-side, you know what I'm saying? So,
I found a photo of Michael Jackson in shorts. He has the biggest feet.
Really?
In the world, yeah.
Oh, that's why he could moonwalk. It's like having a small boat.
Exactly. That's also why he could do the 90-degree angle leaning thing, because he's got duck paddles as feet.
Yeah. Just the whole thing. Michael Jackson's so weird, dude.
Yeah,
so weird.
Well, who calls their place Neverland? They think they Peter Pan and has like a whole theme park at their house, and they bring kids to ride with them. And that's
because you know what it is. A lot of people have said he has that soft kind of disposition, but Prince didn't do that weirder stuff. Like Prince was like that, and you know what I mean. So I don't know. I'm not big on Michael Jackson.
Breaking news, guys.
Yep.
Nuno Espirito Santo has just been sacked by Tottenham.
What are we talking about? All right, James, you'll get a graphic for that. We will touch on that. Welcome. Give me that music, by the way, because I do want to get away from pedophilia. Not a great way to spend a public holiday. And I do believe we need to class Michael Jackson as a pedophile. Why does nobody say that?
Correct. What are you doing with other people's kids?
No, it's disgusting. You're terrible. But hey, I'm bad. I'm really bad.
He told you.
Yeah, it's tough.
Who's
tough.
bad?
Yeah, you're bad, Michael. You're terrible is what you are. And then you died as a white woman, having been born as a young black boy. Oh, interesting times. All right, listen, we're a sports show. I tell you every Monday where I was right, where I was wrong. Let's start off with where I was right. Kirk Cousins just isn't it. I'm a Minnesota Vikings diehard, and again, I mean, he's playing Cooper Rush. How do you go and lose to the Cowboys? 16-20. I mean, Kirk Cousins ain't it. Dalvin Cook is wasting his time. Get a better quarterback. You've got, I believe, the greatest running back in the league right now. Derrick Henry will probably have something to say about that. But Dalvin Cook can do everything. He can catch it out of the backfield, and he can run downhill. So I don't know why Kirk Cousins was given the deal he was given, but he has it now, and it ain't going to work. Where I was wrong, the Cowboys did beat the Vikings. They are 6-1. They won without Dak Prescott. It is depressing. They are 6-1. They are proper. They're going to the playoffs. It's very depressing. Jerry Jones says, fly it over again. Let's fly over again. Jerry Jones. It's so painful. Where I was right, Baker Mayfield ain't it. The Steelers lost. By the way, the Steelers did not have a kicker. They couldn't go for the extra point yesterday because their kicker got injured and they didn't have a second one. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a mess. Baker Mayfield, take us home. It ain't there. Odell Beckham Jr., it's time for you to get out of there because he's not the guy. Tell you what, if you don't watch the NFL, Odell Beckham Jr., the Paul Pogba of the NFL. Overhyped. Way overhyped. And now it's coming to bear because I'll tell you what, his best friend, guy called Jarvis Landry, doing all of the business. Jarvis played yesterday with a broken rib and it just didn't work because Odell's not the guy. Odell is not the guy. So Baker, you ain't it either because this team's unbelievable. Stefanski's unbelievable. He has no excuses. Where I was wrong, the Proteas aren't absolute chokers, right? David Miller, shout out to you. Kagiso Rabada, shout out to you. Absolutely incredible performance. 16 off the last over, no problem. David Miller, the classic hoik over a wide mid-on, did the business there. Where I was right, being the man is a lot harder than chasing the man. The Bucks are learning that. I think Giannis will overcome it. It's 3 losses in a row now. I mean, it's early. We don't want to overreact. But being the man's hard. Being the man is so hard. It's so much easier than being chased. So I did say the Bucks. Nobody must go back to back. Any of this talk. Let's relax because it's hard to be the man. And that every game now, remember, will be a final for the team playing against you because you're the champions. You're going to get their best. Where I was wrong, I've said this before, but Chelsea are quite good actually because they're now winning when they play ugly. It was another ugly 3-0 win. Yes, Newcastle are tosh, but Chelsea won. I don't get it. Like, I've written Chelsea off as a title contender, but they're real contenders now. Like, it's real. Consistency. When you're playing badly and you win, and no Lukaku and no Werner, and Jorginho is just coming back, and no Conte. I mean, hey, listen, serious team. That Tuchel guy's unbelievable. Where I was right, Arsenal are still 5 years away. Listen, I'm not getting excited about this latest run, but what it does tell you is settle down, let the manager get his pieces, and they'll get there. But they're not a top 6 team. You saw what was on the weekend. Listen, Leicester could have Leicester's second half, at the very worst, Leicester should have drawn. I mean, Vardy's missed 2 sitter headers. Harvey Barnes misses that header. And then, of course, 2 miraculous saves by their keeper. And it's a different game. So Arsenal are getting there, but I don't think they'll win in the next 5 years. I still think they're 5 years away. There's deeper problems in that squad, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Where I was wrong, Vinicius is a star. It's so hard at Real Madrid to come at the age of 20, 21, 22, 23 and carry the weight of that club because they are the sporting institution of all sporting institutions and they are relentless. The fans are relentless. Expectations are relentless. Vinicius has shown you now over 2 seasons, he's ready. He is a wunderkind and he's ready to go now. He's a star now. He's not waiting to emerge. Vinicius is a star now. Another double against Elche and Real Madrid 2-1. Where I was right, the Northern Hemisphere, I don't ever want to hear them talk about rugby and themselves being good at it ever again. Ever, ever, ever. The All Blacks look like they just got out of bed because they played terribly against Wales. I watched most of the game. Terribly. The All Blacks played terribly. If the All Blacks played like that against Australia, they would have lost by 50. I'm telling you right now, go and watch that game again. The All Blacks won 54-16. Against Wales' first team, I don't think, give me excuses. In Wales. At the Millennium Stadium. It's packed. Every Jones in town. No, come on, man. The Northern Hemisphere. Do me a favor. Where I was wrong, I thought Barcelona would learn. They'd stabilize. Oh, these are rough times. Do the PR exercise. They've just fired a prodigal son. How do you fire Ronald Koeman, right? When it is the most unstable time, maybe in the history of the football club. Maybe in the history of La Liga. Folks, there's only one thing. My father taught me this, and he'll always go on about it. He teaches employees this. And I'll never forget my father's words. He said, when you make a mistake in life, the only thing you mustn't do from there, in the next step, is make it worse. The only thing, when you make a mistake, we all make mistakes. My father has always been okay with mistakes. It means you're trying things and you're trying hard. But the only thing you cannot do, your next move cannot make it worse. What are Barcelona doing? But we now know they paid a man $7 million that they've never met in Brazil to be a scout, which didn't exist. He was not a scout. They paid him $7 million. Barcelona, joke, shambles of an institution.
Symbolic.
Why are they fine?
I don't know, man.
And they lost again.
No, they drew.
What are we doing?
And the thing with Aguero.
Aguero, huh?
Yeah, man, it's hectic.
Yeah, hey, Sergio Aguero, by the way, that's scary because he's having chest pains. Not because he got dumped, because he may have a heart attack.
No, he's got an irregular heartbeat.
Oh, my goodness.
They took him to the hospital. He's got an irregular heartbeat.
Aguero, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to Sergio Aguero, a man from Italy who has never, ever been to a single English class, but he says, I don't care. Senzo Stebe, some guy in South Africa I've never met, says, I must deliver the news hot. Fabrizio Ameka the Pastel de Mama Romano has just dropped on the tweet monster. Antonio Conte is ready to accept Tottenham proposal. Talks underway and understood to be at final stages, salary and long-term contract discussed, but he seems convinced to say yes. Tottenham Hotspur FC negotiations to continue in the next few hours in order to complete the agreement. Oh my
He's in
gosh.
London. He's in London as we speak.
With his hairpiece.
Yeah, he's in London.
Antonio Conte in London, huh?
He's the man to do it, but I feel sorry for Nuno, man.
Wait, stop. What are Man United fans saying right now?
About what?
Now, you're a Manchester United fan. Antonio Conte was available. What are you thinking?
It's okay, let him go.
What's the story? Oh, so you don't want him?
Not now, not during the season, no.
Oh, no. Plus, he'll probably get fired in, 2 years? He doesn't last long anyway. He wears people out. Plus, him and Daniel Levy, he might get fired at the end of the season.
Yeah. No, but the thing is, must I tell you what the thing is? Nuno didn't get given time. He inherited like a depleted squad. The morale was low.
Yeah.
Harry Kane doesn't want to play. Dele Alli is a part-time footballer.
Can we talk about Dele Alli quickly? Why does he look like a street child now? Have you seen him?
Yeah.
Well, what's going on? He looks like a street child.
Yeah, he looks like a rapper named Lil or...
Who's the guy who snitched on everyone? 6ix9ine.
Takeshi.
Yeah. He looks like Takeshi 6ix9ine with a tan.
Yeah, bro. It's sad.
Sad, eh?
Sad.
Anyway, so wow, Antonio Conte. They fired Nuno Espirito Santo. I mean, Angolan or Mozambican?
I think he's Mozambican.
One of the two, Angolan or Mozambican. I'm actually not too sure on that one, but he's definitely an African guy, African parents, first generation Portuguese. Oh no.
That's not fair.
Why did they fire Jose Mourinho? But this is what happens.
That's the $1 million question.
See, this is why you have to...
if it didn't work with Mourinho, I don't think it's going to work with Conte.
You know, it's tough for people to hear. People always say people can change. I always say, no, people don't change. Right? People do not change. Stop believing that in your life, and I promise you it's going to go better. What people change is maybe a little behavior here and there. What they are is biased to survival, but people don't change. Tottenham have been a disaster since they fired Harry Redknapp when he got in the top 4.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea obviously went to Munich and did what they did. So I love Daniel Levy. I think he's the best sort of business owner in the league, but they've been a shambles with managers.
Dumpster fire, man.
This is unbelievable. Why are you firing Nuno?
10 games in, dude.
Into the season, eh?
10 games into the season.
Although we shouldn't be shocked, you know? It's like being shocked that a drug addict, lives in an abandoned building. In a bando, as they say.
In a trap.
Yeah, because they fired Jose Mourinho when he got them to a final. So they're capable of anything. They've shown you. When somebody shows you who they are...
And they fired Poch when he got to a final.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Do you know where they had it right? When Poch was there, you were like, okay, Tottenham now, we see what's happening. Then they fired Poch. I was like...
They're not serious, eh?
Why?
Nuno Espirito Santo gone.
Out.
Goodness
Third casualty, eh?
This season?
Third casualty.
This season or...
No, yeah, this season.
Who's that?
Watford, Bruce.
Yes.
And
Bruce.
then Nuno.
Three's company, huh? Wow.
Bruce, Stevie, where are you? I'm coming.
What are they doing? Just hanging out, being unemployed?
They're hitting the source, man.
Unemployed.
They're hitting the source, bro.
Gutlenkosi says, United missed Poch and now we missed Conte. See, Gutle's got an interesting point. We'll come back and talk about it on the other side because the Oli situation's an interesting one. Because it throws a bit of sauce. Because what happens if Tottenham get in the top 4 at your expense this season?
It's precarious. But you were throwing what if you were throwing around what if Tottenham beat us, and they didn't. But people were right about one thing. It was El Sakiko.
Yeah, good point. Wow. I'm shooketh.
Yeah, shame. But did you see, man, when they asked him, what do you think about your future at Tottenham? Nuno didn't know how to answer it.
Yeah, it's also not Wolves. It's not Portugal B team where you'll be allowed to do whatever you want forever, you know? Ugh. Ugly. Ugly.
He just came into a rubbish situation.
It's a crisis.
It was a crisis.
It's a crisis, but all right. Well, Nuno's gone, so you know it's the Premier League who they don't care about human beings. It's cannon fodder. It's all cannon fodder. All right. On the other side, we'll discuss the best beard in the Premier League, being unemployed, and much, much more. The MKT Show. Nuno's gone.
Nuno out.
He's very, very, very gone. Fabrizio Romano just saying Antonio Conte is expected in London soon to complete talks on final details with Tottenham, deal at final stages for new Spurs manager after Nuno out. He's done I think that's the hand waving emoji, basically saying goodbye, and that's an aeroplane emoji. That's to say goodbye and get the hell out of here as well. Now I don't know with Brexit whether Nuno is allowed to legally be there. He may need to go back to Portugal. They don't want to see the sight of him anywhere near a club they've just fired him from. Probably paid him about a sweet 10 mil or so, knowing football. And Antonio is more tempted to accept Tottenham job. He already worked with Paratici at Juventus years ago. Wow, this is... What's the plan now? Like, what's the plan? What do you think Tottenham... What's Antonio Conte supposed to do with Emerson and Davies and who's the centre-back? Dyer. Diabolical. Eric Diabolical, they call him. What's he supposed to do with Harry Winks? What am I doing? Like, Antonio Conte has worked with Marquisio and Conte, N'Golo Conte, you know what I mean? That's what he's used to. What's he supposed to do with Lucas Moura? What's Antonio Conte?
I don't know, man.
So what do you think Tottenham are thinking? Top 6? Top survive? No, don't get relegated? Or like, what's the point of this?
Try and make top 6.
Does Conte do it?
Dude, it wasn't Nuno's fault, guys.
Ndombele.
It wasn't his fault.
Like, Ndombele he's a
guy who wants to play.
Player.
The only guy who wants to play at Tottenham is Son.
Ndombele is not serious. How did you spend 60 million on a guy who's vibes?
I don't know, man.
Ndombele is a sad case. Sad for a footballer.
I don't know, man.
He looks like, in South Africa, for those folks who don't know, we have I don't know, Gaspedi getting tournament. He looks like a guy who wants to impress the guys in the village he lives in. He doesn't look serious about football. It's a little bit like Pogba, actually. Like there are some guys who are serious about football, and there are guys who just put it on for the show. And Ndombele is exactly that.
The showboat.
And he's the record signing.
Hey.
The record signing is a guy who is not serious.
I feel sorry for Son.
He's been there, 2 seasons? Eh?
Yeah,
He's been overweight both seasons coming into the season.
I feel sorry for Son and Hugo Lloris.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, they
make Hugo Lloris look bad, bruh.
I'm not into Hugo Lloris, but he's a professional. Hey?
He's captain of France. World Cup winning captain.
He's a professional. He's a pro. He's a pro's pro. I mean, Son's one of the best players in the world. Yeah. Why did he sign that new deal? There must be a deal between
they must have promised. They must have Daniel Levy must be Suge Knight.
No, because I think with a guy like Son, you have to be very careful, is that there must be a bigger deal with Korea as a whole, the Asian region, because Son is unique. Like those, remember when Nakata just came to...
Hiratoshi, Asian Beckham.
Yeah. So for Son's bigger than just football. Yeah. And I imagine that deal that he signed, there must be something filthy on the other side of it for him, money-wise, because there's no ways. He knows what's going on.
Because he's taking Tottenham to Asia.
He's the biggest Asian star in the world.
Shit.
Outside of the...
outside cricketers.
Oh, I mean...
Virat Kohli.
That part of Asia is what I'm referring to.
The Far East and stuff.
And even then, I mean, I'd love to know who the biggest seller of shirts in China is. Now, obviously, Korea and China cannot stand the sight of each other, but Son Heung-min is access to a whole different market.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah, and he's a global star. He's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Son could make Real Madrid. He'd go to Real Madrid now. Vinicius is doing it. You sit on the bench, my boy. Yeah. You've got this guy here. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. So what's Son thinking now, though?
He's like, what have I done?
What's he going to have to do? He's going to have to phone the Korean, is it Prime Minister there? President?
Yeah, President.
Phone him, say, I don't care what you say. I got to get out of here.
Don't let the sun go down on me.
Yeah.
What was that again?
Son's going to phone the Korean Prime Minister or President and say, I don't care what you say. Get me out of here.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Here's Korean.
But Kia.
Let's see how long it takes.
I know it's supposed to be like a career reference, but...
No.
Never mind.
There's a car. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, right, because there's a Kia and it's a car.
And it's Korean. See, folks, that's the guy who runs our show. That was tough, eh?
It was brutal. It was painful to watch.
Because... now he stopped me from really making the because once we get that, we all keep it rolling, and then I go, and then the president would say, oh, what's going on? And he'd say, hey, there's something wrong.
Okay, so that one I got instantly, and I'm quite proud.
No, but now it doesn't matter, because you've completely derailed the whole thing. Oh, man.
I apologize, that's on me.
Yeah, surely you got to know where Kia's from?
I used to firmly believe that I wasn't just a pretty face, and now that...
My man!
Certified lover boy.
That's all I have left now.
So you've always just resented that people only care about your looks, eh, James?
Yeah, and then I thought, hey, maybe I'm also kind of smart.
Yeah.
This is a day for me to realize that's not the case.
You know what, South Africa, maybe the laziest country in the world, is we've decided today's a public holiday because people have to go stand for 5 minutes and vote, so they must have the whole day off for whatever reason. I want to give you a break. I mean, you can kind of feel the atmosphere that today's a holiday. Maybe your brain's gone, you know what, everyone else is on holiday, I might as well take a holiday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going to say something else, but yes.
Yeah. I mean, in fairness, I think it's you every day, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Just being vibes.
I like vibes.
I know. We've just seen it. All right, so Senzo, I mean, James not knowing that Kia's from Korea, I mean, let's quickly talk about that. What are we thinking there? What's his mom thinking? What is his... Because at this stage, we do need to have an open and honest conversation, right? Discourse.
Yeah.
Could his mom just send him to Veld school? Imagine, because she saves, 90% of the school fees that St. Stadians costs. Mm-hmm. and he won't know where Kia is anyway. So what's the loss? But no, she slogged 25 years. I'm going to get up every morning, 4 o'clock, make sure he's got his cereal, make sure he goes, make sure I go to work, and it's just murder because I'm a woman working in the corporate world in the 90s. It's just terrible. There's pigs everywhere. But I'm going to do it so my son can have private school education.
But what did I say to James earlier?
One of the biggest companies in the world.
What did I say to James earlier? You were there.
I don't know.
I said, read a book.
Read a book. But reading books is not vibes. That's your problem. Your problem is one.
That is not vibes.
What, not knowing that Kia, one of the biggest companies in the world, one of the most recognizable images in the history of mankind has been designed from this country. No idea. No clue. It's not vibes. Not going to make his Instagram. So shout out, James.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. There we go. That's funny as well. It works. James, I said Samsung wrong.
No,
Samsung wrong.
We can't reuse puns, so it doesn't Kia doesn't count.
No,
Samsung wrong.
Yeah.
Good. I like.
It's not bad, hey?
That's vibes.
Wow. But you know what's nice about this show is people can get an insight into what I go through. Because a lot of people think I bully James, you know? But now they know what I'm putting up with. So, you know what I mean? People respond to incentives. I have an incentive to bully James because these are the places he takes me. Because I shouldn't have to explain to a man like this that Kia is from Korea. You know what I mean?
Grown man.
So someone actually asked me this weekend why you bully me so much.
What?
And I said, it's not bullying.
Yep.
It's just character building.
I mean, that does sound a little bit like, you know who would say that?
Me.
No. I'm saying like, when you say it like that, they probably think, oh, he's even more of a bully. Now I've bullied you into, because you know how victims always stay. Like they have that mentality of what you said. So actually, you think you've helped the situation. Now they definitely think I'm a bully. Because as soon as you say, no, it's not him. You know, where you say it's character build, they're like, oh my God, I've heard that before.
Maybe it's just all part of my plan.
Maybe it is. Maybe you are being bullied, you know? Am I going to change? Absolutely not. Especially if you don't learn that Kia is from Korea. Incredible. Nuno Espirito Santo out. Antonio Conte in.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to happen, hey? That is going to happen. What? I don't understand the plan, dude.
There is no plan, evidently.
Why did they get Nuno in the first place? He's nowhere near good enough to be at the
Because they couldn't get anyone else. How many people did they try?
Well, they could have got Conte. They're just not willing to pay. What happened now? Daniel Levy realized.
I'll give you whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Mercy. Blimey, man.
Crikey.
Tottenham Hotspur, what a mess. I absolutely love it.
In the mire.
They are, huh? All right, let's check out some more social media. Antonio Conte is now going to be Tottenham manager. He's going to be the most frustrated man in the world. He may very well pull his hairpiece out by the end of the year because he does have Kieran Dyer. Since Tebe, what we got, Pop?
So the first thing I have is that Zlatan Ibrahimovic says Kylian Mbappe needs to walk on fire to fulfill his potential at PSG.
At PSG, huh?
Or just fulfill his potential. He didn't say at PSG.
So what's he saying there? That he never gets challenged? Or
he can become so good if he learns to hurt himself. He needs to get a taste for blood. Yeah. Walk on fire. Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
I mean, he's dead right. You know, so there's the quote. If you aren't watching on YouTube, it says, Kylian Mbappe needs to walk on fire. So I see what he's saying. You must suffer. The salvation is in the suffering. He becomes so good if he learns to hurt himself. He needs to get a taste for blood, walk on fire. Now, so I also don't want to get into a confirmation bias situation here, but I do believe that you have to be constantly pushed if you want to be the best. Cristiano Ronaldo, an example. Leo Messi, an example. You know, Nobody gives credit to the environment Leo Messi came into. Carles Puyol, that emerging. Valdez, a beast of a man. Valdez is a beast of a man. You know, they had that. He had Gigi Zambrotta quite early on. Samuel Eto'o was there. Like sharks, right? The great Carlos Puyol. One of the greatest players to ever play in Carles Puyol. One of the greatest leaders of men in Carles Puyol. You know, when you come into that environment, nobody felt grateful to have Leo Messi there. Like it wasn't like, oh, Leo Messi, we're so lucky to have you. Carles Puyol probably told him, take a seat here, my boy. You're quite good at football. Yeah. You're at Barcelona now. You're lucky to be here. Yeah. And by the way, we've had Haji before. So they probably gave him a good talking to. You know, you read how Rio Ferdinand says they kept annoying Cristiano Ronaldo by saying the best number 7 United's ever had is David Beckham.
Yeah.
And they could see how Ronaldo would get
to rile him up.
You know what I mean? Is you can't give in to talent. And by the way, Kylian Mbappe, for all that people keep talking about, we've seen this before. Pele at 17 was winning World Cup. So let's slow down on his a child prodigy at 19. Like, that's all you've done. Let's also be clear. Like, that's all you've done. And by the way, at 23, Cristiano Ronaldo was the World Player of the Year. You're about to turn
23.
So is that all you're doing?
Actually, he's about to turn 24.
So is that the whole thing now? Plus, I like Mbappe, but he wasn't the main piece. Right, Griezmann was the guy, we know that. Matuidi was the guy. We now know N'Golo Kante, how important he was. He was the icing on top. And you know what? For this type of personality type as well, Mbappe, that introverted guy who just cares about football, you have to press the buttons.
Yeah.
You can't let him hear compliments all the time, because what happens with soft people is they'll always lean towards comfort. They're like, sensitive people want to be comfortable because their natural setting is...
That's their default setting, yeah.
And also, sensitive people want the world to get away from them. And in this industry, or in this world, and particularly in sport, you have to stay on that button, actually, with guys like Mbappe.
Press him.
And at PSG, I think it's a terrible move for him. He has to leave. He has to leave, because who at PSG will tell him that he must arrive earlier, stay? Who can tell him?
It's vibes central.
And he's the guy.
Yeah.
In France, he's the guy. Nobody's going to tell him in France.
He's the landlord.
Nobody says anything. The only person who could tell him is Deschamps. And he's not around every day.
Yeah.
So I'm with Zlatan on this one. I do like Kylian Mbappe, but I'm not as sold as everybody else. I want to see a bit more. I want to see what's he made of. Like, I don't know what he's made of. He's been so protected. That France team was unbelievable on paper.
Yeah.
It's kind of like... It's Pogba at Juventus for me so far.
Babysat.
I want to see now, when you're supposed to be the guy, why aren't PSG
ragging him?
Why is it possible for Lille to beat you guys? Like, where's Mbappe there? There should be an animal saying, guys, forget that.
Allez le bleu.
So I'm with Zlatan there, the great Zlatan Ibrahimovic. If one man knows, it is him. He's awesome. What else we got, bro?
According to ESPN FC, Thomas Tuchel has a new plan for Chelsea's attack.
What's that plan?
He says, maybe we need to try them, Lukaku and Werner, as wingbacks. Winning's too easy.
No. I think what he's saying, by the way, here is that, I don't know if people know this, but Chelsea's wingbacks are going to compete for the Golden Boot and the Goal of the Season award.
Guys,
if you didn't see forget Reece James, Ben Chilwell. By the way, if you haven't seen, Chilwell win 3 in a row, and Reece James scored a double on the weekend. So I think what Tuchel's saying is, to get the goals in, maybe he needs to play them at wingback. By the way, just those two are unbelievable right now. Unplayable. Top goal scorers.
Chelsea's so organized, though.
Oh, it's German.
So organized. Even when you guys aren't playing well.
See, but this is what happens when you run things well long term, right? Is eventually, and Man United did this brilliantly in the 80s, or actually the 70s they were really well run. The 80s they got the kids, right? Or they got Fergie and then they got the kids. Because when you run things well for extended periods of time, and Chelsea are the best run club, you cannot argue it, in the last 25 years in England. Abramovich, we've seen what he's done. Look at the Premier League now. Look at the kids. Reece James, Mason Mount. That's not a mistake. The Chalobah brothers, the older one did leave.
Cheek.
No, but because when you run things properly long term, this is what happens. And Chelsea are an incredible outfit. Matthew Dixon says, I think Ollie should stay at United, really helping Chelsea out. Let's go Blues. I'm all the way Ollie in. I'm all the way. Matthew, I hope Ollie actually gets a stand named after him. He stays so long. So there's that. Thomas Tuchel's doing the business.
Doubling down on Ollie.
Ollie in. I'm Ollie in. I'm Ollie in for the next 5 years, because Ollie's a miracle work, isn't he? Because every time he's in trouble, they produce...
Ponyoga Bumpet.
Shout out to Ollie, dude. No, do you think they buy a Taga to Norway? They must do. Hey, Vikings were weird back in the day. If you're not into history, they were super weird. Now, I'm not saying all Norwegians are Vikings, but you are descendants of people that would rape and pillage, just so you know. Like the Scandinavians, I do love them, but they do get hit on themselves. You guys are, you know, a bunch of... Maybe they need John Wick to go sort out the people in Norway.
Bro, John Wick is a serious guy.
That's a whole situation coming down the way. But yeah, no, shout out. Shout out.
It's crazy, man.
Tuchel, TT. That touch. There's James, what do you got, Paul?
Can we maybe give like a little bit more of a more of a pre-warning when it comes to when we talk about Chelsea.
What's the story?
Sitting in the back room, and even Sipo heard it. Ryan gets really excited when Chelsea's the topic of conversation.
Okay.
To the point where C4 and I just heard moaning in our ears on the intercom headset thing when you said hashtag Let's Go Blues. So could we have like a month's warning when there's going to be like a Chelsea show? Just so we know.
But was it getting like sexual, like weirdly sexual, those sounds? Or...
Hey, man. Each to their own.
No, I mean, you're saying you were hearing sounds in your ear. Was it what kind of excitement, James? Why was it weird? Now you've made it weird.
This is rich coming from James last week.
Yes.
After shaming Senzo the whole week about Liverpool beating United 5-0.
You're also
he went on the whole week. I'm happy,
your club's doing well.
3-0. This is another casual day in the Chelsea.
All right. So but now,
week.
James, was his... I mean, I do also want to get on top of it from an HR perspective. Was it kind of sexual moaning or what was it like from Ryan? I do need to, as the boss of the show, I do kind of obviously have to stay on top of that.
Sipo, just blink twice if you think I should say yes or no.
And by the way, it's 2021. It's just the only person it's awkward for is your lady, James. If you guys are entering into a relationship which may flourish into something beautiful and romantic, you'll probably have a wedding on the beach. Your parents do live there. If you guys are going that way, wow, tough for your lady to find out this way. You know what I'm saying?
I'm completely secure in my sexuality.
What does that mean?
No,
wait. That makes it more likely then that you'd be. I know what you think you were saying, but if you, whoa,
wait, how does that make it worse?
No, because if you're saying I'm totally secure in my sexuality, it means you're open to being gay and things like that. Because I know what you thought when you were saying.
No, that's not what it means.
No.
When somebody says they're secure in their sexuality,
yes,
it means they're secure in the fact that they are heterosexual, homosexual, like you know what your sexuality is and you're secure within that.
Yes, but that's not how you use that phrase. So let me tell you what it actually means, because you're a person who doesn't know where Kia's from. So maybe since I know where it's from, I should maybe explain it to you.
I mean, Shakespeare made half the languages.
Yeah. He did go to Oxford and say, hey, well, I'm from Stratford upon Avon, a working class area, and I know it is, the 14th century or whatever, and I know there's no classism, but I'm one of the poors. What do you guys think if I contribute to the language? And they said, yo, old chap.
All they said was yo, because that's all they could say back then. And then Shakespeare revolutionized everything.
Changed everything.
Yeah. Thou dost not. I don't know.
No, keep going. I want to know what you know about Shakespeare.
Isn't there something about a protest? Protest too much or something?
Doth protest too much.
Yeah, that one.
I think thou
doth protest too much. Yeah, there you go.
Weren't you the head of drama? and you'd think somebody who's the head of drama should know the most famous line from the most famous playwright of all time. Or what are we doing there, Jimbo?
You should know this, but I'm just a disappointment.
To yourself?
Well, to pretty much everyone. Yeah. To the guys on the show. Guys, I apologize to everyone. In general.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, James doesn't know that by saying that he's secure in his sexuality, it actually means the opposite of what he thought he meant. So what he's saying there is, you know what, being gay is fine. Like, if he is that, he's secure enough to go with it. So shout out to James, because he thought it meant the opposite. He thought it meant he was anchoring in, but it actually means the opposite when you use that term. It's so difficult when you can't comprehend stuff, but that's fine. But hey, graphic designing, James, are you kidding me? Gutle Nkosi says, when rival fans want your coach to stay, that's when you know he has to go. Yeah, I think that's a comment on Ollie in. I mean, I'm very Ollie in. All right, Senzo, what do we got on socials there?
According to Sport Bible, medical tests have revealed that Sergio Aguero has an irregular heartbeat.
Yes.
And he will remain in hospital as they find out the severity of the issue.
Sergio Aguero? How long has he had? Whoa. Okay, those images I have not seen.
Yeah, it looked like he was having a heart attack, bro.
Medical tests have revealed Sergio Aguero has an irregular heartbeat. He will now remain in hospital as they find out the severity of the issue. Sergio Aguero has been diagnosed with a cardiac arrhythmia. Will undergo, and I need more of that article, but he'll undergo more tests, I imagine. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How long has he had this?
I don't know. But aren't medical supposed to reveal this when you sign for a club?
No, but so that if you want to find out what happens there, the head, I don't know, doctor at Tottenham who had a great interview to say these things happen all the time and they miss them all the time. So it's I think it's 1 in 50,000 is what that doctor.
So he has this. So he has the same thing that Eriksen has.
Does he? I don't know. Are you telling me?
I'm asking.
No, I have no idea. I don't know what. No, because Christian Eriksen's fine. So if he has that, let's hope he has what Christian Eriksen does, because you know what?
He will be A-okay.
Yeah, no, because Christian Eriksen is fine. There is no need to give him more awards at all. He's absolutely fine.
The Christian Eriksen tour. Eh?
No, he's fine. He's not a hero, by the way, either. Like, let's stop with that with Christian Eriksen, please. He is not a hero. He is fine. He's fine. He had an unfortunate event and he survived.
Yeah, overcame.
That's what happened to Christian Eriksen, and he's still very rich and one of the most talented humans to ever live. So I can't tell you how much I'm over that Christian Eriksen.
So, yeah, man, it'd be like that, though.
It'd be like that sometimes. Yeah, what you got there, Ryan?
I read an article over the weekend that he cannot play in the league that
in
he was
Italy.
brought into now.
Yeah, of course
Because
not.
of what
happened. The guy nearly died on a football pitch. You think like Serie A can barely afford to pay their players, and they're still in like match fixing scandals. The last thing you need is for him. I mean, you saw what happened, and when he lived. Like look what happened when he lived. Imagine he died at Inter Milan. So they don't need those kind of problems. The league's a
got
mess.
blood on your hands.
Yeah, no, they don't.
But now, what happens in terms of a contract like that? Is there a clause that
You'll get paid.
if something like this happens, he can fall away without being held to it? Or
Probably not, Ryan, because I can't remember in modern day football where the guy survived. Usually these types of situations are end up tragically.
They don't end well.
Yeah, I don't think there's. Oh no, wait, that's a lie. What I've just said. Mwamba, did he come back and play?
No, he retired.
Okay, so he retired.
He retired.
So this is where it's interesting with Christian Eriksen is that he's come back and wants to play. Has there been another story of a guy? And I'm talking big time. There's probably someone in the Australian league who has.
I don't know, bro. Not that I can recall.
Yeah, so it would be Ryan. You know what we'll do is we'll get It's a good question. Save that question for a sports lawyer who'll be on the show hopefully this week, if not next week, and he can tell us all about it. Yeah. Wowzers. So Sergio Aguero, huh?
Sergio Aguero.
You know what's probably broken his heart is that, oh my goodness. Okay, I finally left Man City, right? Because that guy from Catalonia hates me. But now I've come to Catalonia, and
my
the
guy's
reason
not
I
here.
came here, yeah.
My boy's not here.
It's like finding out your girlfriend's having an affair with your brother. Do you know what I mean? That kind of heartbreak.
Ask Ryan Giggs' brother.
Oh boy. James, you've got a brother. Imagine you found out the love of your life. I mean, I'm not saying your brother would ever do it, although your younger brother now, he's gymming and stuff. So it's possible in the next 5 years that maybe not your current lady. Let's say you get a girlfriend in the future. Hopefully this works out, but let's say you get a girlfriend in the future. They see your younger brother and they're like, whoa, what's going on there? Maybe I should come over for Christmas dinner. Why? I like your mom's cooking, and then something else is going on in the kitchen with your brother. How'd that make you feel? What if you got gigsed?
You think I'm threatened by that?
Whoa!
I ain't threatened, son.
Gym haircut.
Yeah.
Certified lover boys
Not
back.
today. So, but James, that'd be brutal, wouldn't it?
No. Yeah, for real though. Outside of
Devastated.
I'm dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be.
Like obviously your brothers wouldn't, and hypotheticals are fun because they aren't going to happen because your family's great and your brother obviously the best human being in the world. The one, his brother teaches children in Vietnam.
Vietnam.
He's got a lady who teaches children in Vietnam. But James, what would you do if you just got cuckolded by your younger brother? Like he just came in there and he just swooped in, and it's the love of your life. You guys, like, I don't know what people do when they're engaged. You were probably looking at like decorations. I always feel really sorry for guys that are engaged because they've got to go along and look at the different types of serviettes that are going to happen at the wedding. And then your lady says, oh, you know what? I left something in the car at home. I'll just Uber home. Oh no. And then 6 months into the marriage, you find out, boy, oh boy, the left back has been playing at right wing.
Those vibes would not be immaculate.
It's brutal, eh?
Yeah, no, those vibes would be the lowest of the low.
Like, what do Ryan Giggs' family do now?
No, apparently his dad doesn't talk to him.
No, well, his dad was also a monster, by the way. Like, I can live with that, but there's more to a family than just your dad. what is Ryan Giggs' family? Because they are people too, you know? They have Christmas too. They have, like, you know what's even more weird, right? Is that Ryan Giggs' wife is still in the mix. Like, after years of marriage, they know her. Like, does she still come for Christmas dinner?
Yeah, that's weird. It's a whole situation.
That's what I'm saying. Like, does Ryan Giggs' brother hate Ryan Giggs' wife as well? Do you think?
That's a great question, actually. Those are the real questions.
It must be so bizarre.
Bro!
Just imagine bro.
It's too much,
So weird, dude.
Like, okay, let's just say they live in a similar area. Like, they're from Manchester or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Like, now it's weird when Ryan Giggs' brother sees him at the shops. Like, not even Ryan Giggs is there, just the wife. Like, now you ever seen an ex-girlfriend at the shops, James? Like,
have I ever seen?
You ever seen like an ex-girlfriend or someone you asked on a date and she said, absolutely not, get the hell out of my face, and you see her at the shops? You know how awkward that is?
Not at the shops, but I've seen them out.
Yeah, and it's awkward.
No, it's you keep your head down and you keep moving.
Keep it moving like a drive-by, my man.
I forgot I needed some caster sugar, even though you've never baked in your life.
Yeah.
You like dip in that dairy. Oh, I needed mustard, even
Fake
though
a phone
you have
call,
a severe allergy.
Fake a phone call.
I don't know if I should tell you the story or not. Now that we were talking about that, I had a really awkward situation in Canada once. That whole thing.
What was it about?
Yeah, it was quite...
Sorry, a boot.
There was a lot of salami being thrown a boot in that whole situation. I can't tell it.
Were they walloping the salami?
I can't tell it because I do I do still know the person. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys that story. Now
come on, bro. You can't do that.
As you were telling me, the whole running into the shops.
MKT just blue-balled us.
But it is awkward, right?
It's very awkward.
All right, I'll tell you the story quickly before we go to break.
Yes.
So, back then, this girl and I were vibing at the resort I was working at, right? A place called Whistler. Then, what happened was...
A place called what?
Whistler. Yeah, really, like yuppie.
Yeah, you know it's called Whistler.
So this may or may not have happened, right? Allegedly, according to things that may have happened, she worked, so we were kind of vibing for a little bit, and then while we were vibing, her sister came to visit, and her sister was just like a full-on firecracker as well, just like another level to her.
Don't tell me you did it.
Yeah.
You did.
My man!
Well, allegedly.
You did.
Allegedly. No, a lot of people are saying I did. Allegedly.
What are you saying?
I'm not willing to comment at this point.
You can neither
8 years
confirm...
later, 9 years later.
You can neither confirm nor deny it.
Have you not conferred with your lawyers yet? Is that what it is?
I'm not willing to comment for fear of hurting the victim at this stage.
My man.
Yeah.
Wow, this guy, huh?
Yeah. So, no, but so the awkward part. That's not the awkward part. They the family was there.
Oh no way.
Yes, and they stayed around for 2 weeks, and she obviously that's going to be a situation now, right?
A little bit.
And now they're in the same, it's a village, right? Like where we were, the particular place I was working at, it's a ski village. They're around for 2 weeks. I'm seeing them everywhere.
Senzo, you called me CLB, bro.
Yeah. This was a whole situation.
This is CLB Deluxe.
And
you're a horrible person.
And I have a way more awkward story within that realm, but that one I can definitely not tell because I saw the person at the shops 2 weekends ago. Yeah, now that one's a whole nother level of ridiculous. But that's pretty bad, huh?
You're a terrible person.
Yeah, but now okay, I'm bad, but what about Ryan? I wasn't married to the girl for 18 years while I was playing inside forward with my brother's wife. Wait,
you're a savage.
Hang on a minute now. Where's the wife? Where's Rodney's wife? What about her? Where is she? Is she moved out of Manchester? Because Rodney had kids with her.
She probably doesn't even go by Rodney anymore.
No, Rodney's the brother. Ryan Giggs' brother.
I got my pronouns confused.
No.
Sorry. That's on me.
Hold on. Although if Rodney's into that, let's, like you and Ryan, that's fine because he's secure in his sexuality. Just quickly, but now I think they had kids. Ooh. By the way, Ryan Giggs' brother had kids with the wife that was, letting Ryan Giggs play right wing. Yeah. Yes. So, like I'm saying, you see how you can't just go away. Like, where are you going for Christmas? My mum! Our mum! Where's mum? That's like kids. It's not the
I don't believe
How do you
this.
think it goes, like, just before Christmas? Oh, don't worry, you'll see your cousin. I mean, nephew. I mean,
your brother.
brother-in-law. I don't know.
I don't know.
What happens when the kids turn like 16 and they start to...
Oh, no.
Like, you look a bit like Ryan. Do you know what I mean?
You look like Uncle Ryan.
And if you're black, you know exactly what I mean. In every village. In every village.
There you go.
There's that rumor of... No, everyone knows who your dad
is.
Right?
I had this conversation with somebody this
No!
weekend.
Hey, listen, if you're black, you know what I'm talking about. Don't lie. And Ryan Giggs is black. He's got those tendencies. You can only dilute so much by going to Europe.
They say if you want to know if you have other siblings, wait for your dad to die.
Now, let me tell you, and that's a great point, but let me tell you something, folks. If you think your husband or wife has cheated, right? Let me tell you a genetic fact to test, especially because the mother, actually, for sons, the mother is the acid test. Genetically, a son can never ever be shorter than his biological mother. So just know that. So take that on the road. Genetically, it is impossible for a son to be shorter than his own biological mother.
You know what they say?
Don't be shorter than your mom, otherwise it's going to expose philandry.
Also, they say if your dad drives a Cressida.
Oh boy, Elon pace. All right, we got plenty on the other side. The MKT Show. Look out for John Wick. He'll get you. He will get you.
Hey, John Wick.
Yeah, you know what the real warning there is, actually? Like, a lot of people are worried about John Wick. I think start at, don't be a murdering gangster. Because then you don't need to worry about John Wick.
John Wick is a vigilante.
An anti-hero. Yeah, John Wick, I mean, there it is. Now that's Keanu Reeves and his dog. I haven't seen the movie, but I need to watch the movie because this is going to be hot for probably another 3 months till they catch him, huh? Although, you know, in black communities, once again,
no, but they'll
leave him. They'll protect him.
Yeah, they are protecting him.
Oh man, Keanu Reeves, that is a great dog. What breed dog is that? I do love dogs. I hate cats. I cannot stand cats at all. Laurie W, the good hair on, I think this is Twitter or Instagram, says, nobody. And then John Wick says, I'm going to Mummy Lordy. I'll be back soon. South Africans are the best, aren't they?
We've got the dumbest sense of humor ever.
Now, Senzo, give us some context. Obviously, I would love guys, leave that graphic up because I do love it.
So,
as Senzo tells us exactly who John Wick is. That's Keanu Reeves, who's a very weird, deep thinker, and weird in a good way, not weird like Michael Jackson making kids sleep over. I do love Keanu Reeves. Didn't really like The Matrix. By the way, the new film only has one of the humans. You'll see I've grown there in saying one of the humans who wrote and directed the first one, because there's been a whole lot of changes to both of the people who wrote the first Matrix and directed it.
Yeah.
Formerly the Wachowski brothers, now just people.
Yeah.
They're people. They're human beings. So yeah, Keanu Reeves, right. John Wick. Tell us wait, you know what? I presume you've seen John Wick.
No.
Right. Has anybody here seen John Wick? All right, we got the King of Pop. Right. Let's get the graphic down. We'll come back to the graphic because Senzo must perform a PSA, right?
So,
right. Well, hold on. I want Ryan to tell us a little bit about the movie John Wick before you tell us, Uti, the man cleaning up the streets of Mamelodi, where Sundowns play, obviously. Now, I will need to speak to the current president to see whether he may be funding that. Now, I probably shouldn't put that out there, but they are winning a lot, right? By the way, shout out to Mamelodi Sundowns, and shout out to you, Mutsepi, for doing what he does, and he does watch the show, by the way. I have recently been told that the person who is now the most important person possibly in African football does watch this show. Well, second most important because his dad's the most important, but he does watch this show. I'm now aware of that, the head of Sundowns. Now, do we need to talk about the fact that the head of Sundowns is watching this show instead of running his football club?
Well,
yeah. Is it that good? Is it that bad? Winning. Maybe some people hate watch.
He's winning.
Maybe he's like, look at those losers. It's like, yeah, we used to bully you in boarding school. Shut the hell up. All right. Now, Ryan, John Wick. Tell us about the movie. What's it about? Anti-hero. He's got a beautiful dog. Is it a Staffy? It looks like a Staffy to me. I don't know dogs.
It looks like a pit bull to me.
No, so that's not the original dog. So John Wick is actually a retired assassin.
Okay.
So that's how it starts out. And in John Wick 1, basically...
Whoa! How many John Wicks?
So I think we're going on 4 or 5 now.
Shut the front door.
4 is currently out. I haven't seen the 4th one.
Is Keanu Reeves still in the movie?
Yeah.
Is this guy going to make all of the money on the planet?
Keanu Reeves
Matrix
is the only man for the job. Like, 100%. He is the only man for the job.
But he's the one, bruh.
And I promise you, in each movie, they come up with about 500 different ways of killing people. It's insane. Yeah. And the one was with a pencil in the first movie. They showed you how they killed a man with a bare pencil.
My brother was was watching John Wick, and I just walked in, and I saw a scene where Keanu Reeves is clapping somebody with a book in the library, like he's
trying to beat the education.
They literally, I think they all sit around. I think they employ people to think, how many different ways can we kill someone this time?
All right, Ryan, you're expressing yourself a little bit too much there about actually the killing stuff. I want to know what the movie's about.
Okay, so he's a retired assassin. His wife recently passed, and the last thing she left him was a dog.
Okay.
So then, anyway,
but was she a dog? Was she ugly?
No, she wasn't shown in the movie. I think there's like a picture or two of her.
Maybe it's because she was ugly. I mean, she's also fake, so I can say this. She's not a real wife. Yeah.
He rocks up to a garage, put fuel in the one day, and there's these bunch of like rich kids who see his car, and he's got I forget what car. I think it's an old Mustang, like a very vintage. What?
It's not an important detail. It's not an important detail.
No. In this case, it is because they want this car. And so anyway, he says this car is not for sale. This rich kid, he's like, okay, are you sure it's not for sale? And then, anyway, this movie goes on. He says, He's done with it, and they find his house and they break in.
Wait. You were telling me about the rich kid and him saying it's. I'm sure. Are you sure it's not for sale?
Yeah. And,
why did you stop telling me about that?
And this rich kid had to have this car, so he went to John Wick's house and broke in. But the thing is, right? He didn't know that John Wick is the best assassin in the world at this point. And so anyway, he breaks in, kills the dog, and steals the car.
Kills the dog.
And this dog was the dog.
Ryan.
Yes.
That's a teaser. Now I'm watching the movie.
Are you going to watch it?
No, I'm going to watch it. Where is it? Netflix? Do I have to rent it?
Good.
That is.
I think it's ridiculous that you haven't watched it yet.
It's wicked.
Ridiculous.
And Keanu Reeves is the best guy for the job.
That's not bad, James. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, you know what? Okay, I've got you know what I am. I'm a big picture guy. Not really. I like how you got stuck on what type of car. That doesn't actually matter. That what was important is that there's a car that the rich kid wants.
And they killed his dog. The last thing his wife left him.
But 9 out of 10. Do you know who Barry Wronger is?
Oh, Barry.
No.
Yeah, it's because you guys are like 15. Back in our day, before there was Netflix and the internet, right?
You had to go watch movies.
There was SABC3, and there was an incredible cult hero,
Barry.
a man of the people. He would come up and speak like this. And then what he would have said at the end there, and Ryan, you're going to have to come up with your own thing because you're more... how do I say this without, it's voting day, so I can't just use race. But Ryan, you for the culture, as they say, with how you move around the streets. So I would have to sort of cork it up. Cork is short for Caucasian. Barry, very cork. But he might say, a scintillating 6. And he'd do stuff like that. Yeah. Like a Nenacious 9. I don't know what Nenacious is.
Where's good old Barry Wronger?
Barry! Oh, Bazza, eh?
Where's Bazza?
Why is he not doing movie reviews anymore? Because movies are dying. Everything's about series now. Movies are dying. Is Barry Wronger being put out of work because of Netflix?
Dude.
That guy, just Google Barry Wronger. Anyway, so what you're going to have to do, because I love that movie review. I like that you're not really into details or chronological storytelling in the middle of telling me about quite an important part. You wanted to jump to a different part. But eventually I got you back on track. And then we got to The Dead Dog. And that was an incredible movie review. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd give the first one like a decent 9.5. But then
I'm not watching it because you didn't come up with an N. I want a little bit of what do you call it? Alliteration.
No. The thing is, the first one,
a nice 9.
It's a good story. Like it is.
So Ryan, are we just talking through how you got to do a movie review?
How did I get to the movie review?
No, I mean out of 10, I told you Barry Wronger would have done.
I told you 9.5.
No.
A terrible 2.
Yeah, but I what I need is something called an adjective. I mean, those probably haven't come out in the West Rand yet. But so I can't just have 9. I need like a nervous 9.
Assassinating 9.
Yeah. An assassinating 9. Doesn't really rhyme, but it works.
It's a killer 9.
You killed it.
There we go.
No, it still doesn't work because again, alliteration. So let me explain alliteration to you because obviously English not a big thing in the West Rand. It's got to be like. Yeah, a naninating 9 or something like that. Yeah, so
what did you give it then?
He hasn't seen the movie.
No, but based off my review, what did you...
Oh, based off your review and
yes.
Exhilarating 8.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah, you see, that's how you do it.
I see.
But you don't know Barry Wronger, and for you, you're just like, I'm going to click on Rotten Tomatoes and swipe left.
I'm not a fan with Shakespeare.
Yeah. All right. Now that's okay. I like that. You've set the scene, big picture. Boom. Now, let's come to a place where the best football club in Africa currently, the best run at least, the football club in Africa resides. Sundowns, the sky's the limit, and boy oh boy did gangsters know they will be in the sky when John Wick came to the Republic. Senzo, tell us everything that's happening in Mamelodi.
So, there is this group of gangsters called Boko Haram.
Give us the graphic. I want the graphic.
There's this group called Boko Haram.
So, I've heard of them. They are...
No, but like... Locally, they call themselves Boko Haram because they terrorize the community.
Oh, so not Boko Haram, the guys who are dancing to Drake and on the what's it? Those pedal pushing boats or whatever you call it.
That's the Taliban. Different dogs.
No,
Boko Haram are the Nigerian guys.
The daughter, bring our daughters back.
Yeah, bring back our girls.
Yeah, okay, different guys. Yeah.
So they're busy terrorizing the community and.
So they call themselves Boko Haram
because they're running amok and terrorizing.
Okay.
The streets of Mamelodi. And then John Wick. Decided enough is enough, and he's busy offing every member one by one. And you know what the messed up thing is?
Yeah.
He posts on social media. He says, so and so, I'm going to kill you today. So don't worry. Go have your tea and everything, but Yeah, around 7. I'll see you.
Holy smokes.
So he hits you psychologically as well.
That is so...
He's basically telling you your days are numbered.
But if he tells you on social media, like, do people know where to find him? Like, is he John Wick 8346 on Twitter, or like what's the vibe?
James, he's not my friend. I don't move like that. But yeah.
I also asked this on Friday. How do you arrange with him?
Not that we're interested.
No.
Just
Oh,
want
you sound interested. I mean, you're asking all sorts of questions.
He's a hitman. How do you arrange with a normal hitman?
Have people seen his face? Like, is there a guy?
Well, somebody's paying
that's
him. Somebody's either paying him, or somebody does know him.
Sorry, Ryan.
What, have they seen his face?
Oh, that's it. Wait, right. So now, what are you imagining?
Batman.
Let's say someone had seen his face, right? What are you imagining? They should draw like kind of a caricature vibe of him, or like, hey, have you seen this man? Like what do you mean? So have you seen his face? What answer would you like to that?
No, it's like everyone knows who John Wick is in the movie. Like
Sure.
Everyone knows John Wick.
Yes.
They know his face.
Yeah.
So if they compare him to John Wick, is there like a place where you reach out to him and then he like picks one and it's like, okay, I'm gonna take this one, or
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, where you
and he's also like, the messed up thing is that like after he's done a hit, he puts the videos on social media and they're very graphic.
Of where he shot the guys. What's he using? Guns or knives?
Guns, bro.
Guns, eh?
Going straight for the head.
Gee.
Wait, but under whose social media? What's the videos just appear online?
Yeah, they post them. Someone's getting these videos, but like they've been circulating.
Here's the thing, right? Is guys like this will be protected by the community because people in like, we live in pretty yuppie areas where, oh no, there's crime. Call the police. Like in some parts of the country, the police are the terror to the people. The police are in with what's on the streets. Like 99% of my family live in that terror, right? So I know very well that we see crime, police, crime. Whereas they've in many areas that are impoverished. And I mean, Mamelodi is, I haven't been there in years, but from last time I went, it's by sort of township standards, it's on the, I'd say in the middle to upper. You know, it's relatively organized. So maybe it's descended into mania now. I haven't been there in years, as I say. But my cousin lives in Uttridgeville, which is just a whole mess, different kind of mess. So, wow, this person will be protected. I'll tell you very much.
Yeah, but because the cops are saying that the community refuses to give him up.
No, and also I'll tell you, I do know of situations 100% within my family where the cops try and arrest somebody who's kind of so this figure would be known as an anti-hero, right? And they exist in every township, by the way. They're the guys who, like, even the crime oaks are scared of them. Like, no matter who you are, there's one person who they know, this person's just too crazy. And they will protect this guy. John Wick, huh?
John Wick.
Imagine he's into a very popular South African sports show.
Who, John Wick?
Like this one.
It'd be awesome. I'd definitely have him on the show. 100%. I would 100%.
You would have to have him like in a balaclava or something.
Yeah, no, well, we do that. You know where they kind of mask your face out. It's just a lighting thing. They backlight you and you're in a dark room.
And then they change your voice.
Just imagine we're his daily fix for entertainment.
What do you? But like, also imagine like he's just a normal guy who's like into cornflakes and into K-pop.
Like,
but he has to eat. John Wick also has to eat. You know that?
Yeah.
Today he's actually at Investec, busy doing his day job.
You know what I hope? I hope he's like a super health conscious like yoga instructor as well.
That shops at that, what's that place called? Is it Jackson's?
Yeah. Jackson's Diner. I mean, okay, well, I do actually like eating there. And I met the owner a while ago. He's actually quite a nice dude. but yeah, he's probably there. Like, I'll only have, for his wraps, he probably only has the
what if it's a woman?
Vegan option.
What if it's a woman?
Good point.
That's also true. Do you think he also has a trusty canine?
Maybe, because he's probably lonely. I mean, mopping up the streets is a lonely... From all the films I've seen, right? Batman... Does Batman have a dog?
No, he's got Alfred.
Alfred's Sir Michael Caine, hey?
Alfred is his dog.
Is he support system?
He doesn't have a dog. His dog.
It's his homie. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys through the
that was terrible.
Stuff,
I mean, but now... Yeah, he probably has a dog, eh? Probably has a pigeon or something weird, like a parrot.
Pigeon?
No, because it's lonely
so
business.
So you're suggesting that John Wick is Mike Tyson?
No, but he's... No. Because Mike Tyson was a lunatic. This guy is probably just a man doing his job, but also he's human. Like I'm saying, he's probably, he's probably watching, he's probably on a keto diet at the moment.
Yeah.
He's probably reading the U magazine in the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So someone's paying for it though, because how does he survive? Where does he get the weapons? Hey, let's not count this out. I'm not saying they are. Maybe the police are going, we need help.
That's what I was thinking, because like maybe the police are like, hey, actually, yeah, this guy's actually helping us out.
Yeah, so how many gangsters now? How many gangsters?
He's off 9 guys.
9 people?
Last I heard it was 9.
9?
9.
He's killed 9 people.
Yeah.
With a gun.
This guy's serious.
And he lives in Mamelodi, obviously.
We don't know. He operates in Mamelodi.
No, man. People don't... Let me tell you something about life. People don't come from there to kill you here. Killing's such a personal thing.
Yeah.
Like, why would he care if he lived in Sandton? Like, he wouldn't care. Even if he's from Mamelodi now, he's left that. He wouldn't go back for 9 people. He lives there. 100% lives there.
Sure.
John Wick, huh?
He's serious, bro.
Who knew, dude? I'm going to watch the movie now. I'm going to watch the movie. Is there a new one coming out, right?
I don't know if the current one is out at number 4. It's coming up, yeah. But I mean, the thing is, the first one is by far the best one. And then after that, the second one, it's all right. The third one is just ridiculous.
It's like every sequel, though. It's like Anchorman.
No, but it's like they focused more and more on killing every movie. So the first one had a decent, like, very good storyline, made sense. The second one, they were just trying to kill him. And then the third one, he was just killing like 500 to 1,000 people.
It is kind of tough. It's kind of like Batman and those kind of films where you've got to be the anti-hero. Like, how many Batmans are they going to make? I mean, could have stopped after Michael Keaton, really. How many storylines are there for a lonely billionaire? And in that case, for a tortured assassin? Like, 2's enough, probably, hey?
Yeah.
Like, all you need to find out in the second one is that actually he's murdering because that rich kid's dad killed his grandmother.
Think of it like Kill Bill.
Terrible. Don't like Uma Thurman. Don't like Tarantino at all.
Also, with the way it's filmed, like,
do you like Tarantino, huh?
Not my favorite.
Kill Bill? Maybe you like it.
It's cool. Kill Bill's cool.
No. Hey, listen. Although
but Tarantino loves blood. Jeez, his movies are violent.
Effect. Listen, Christopher Waltz, though, I mean, saved. What was that on? No, it wasn't Django. What's the Nazi film?
Inglourious Basterds.
Inglourious Basterds.
The Jew Hunter.
Absolutely brilliant. Hey, that guy, Christopher Waltz, is
he's next level. He's box office.
See, James, that works on 2 levels. So James had an empty, like a blank look on his face. He didn't know why that was funny. There it is. That's the look. Can't hear you.
A lot of the time, I'm not actually listening.
Yeah.
I got things happening.
Do you know who Christopher Waltz is?
I do. He's that dude with the... I couldn't give you a characteristic, but I know who he is.
Very easy mistake. You probably think he's German. He's not. Austrian.
I have seen Inglourious Basterds.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm genuinely shocked by that.
Very violent movie.
Brad Pitt, another guy who's done it, huh?
Lieutenant
All
Elbow
of the things, bro.
He's been everywhere, including Angelina Jolie.
I was about to say, he's dated Jennifer Aniston, Angelina Jolie. He's been in like every movie ever thought of.
And the whole world watched while Jennifer Aniston's marriage was falling apart.
He was the Nuno Espirito Santo of the marriage world. Once you went into Angelina Jolie, a whole unstable situation, you never had a chance, pal.
No, but now you can see he's dropped the extra weight.
Well, is he married now?
No, he's looking cool again.
Where's he now? Listen,
living his best life.
Like, Angelina Jolie looks like my nightmare on earth, because I'm not about vibes and all of that.
But a woman that beautiful, you must know that she's crazy.
No, but he had to recover from that. So he probably took 2 years of like just no eating solid food, just eating like drinking his greens and just like recovering, because he had to purge Angelina Jolie out of him, you know.
But this is a woman that was carrying a vial of blood with her previous partner. What do you think? What did he expect? I'm sure.
No, it's his fault. I mean,
and every time they went on holiday, he's like, hey, we're going to come back with a child.
You know what the problem is? I'll tell you what happened there. As with mostly guys, I can only speak for men, right? If you date a librarian, the next one has to be a swinging... She's a dancer. She's a stripper by day and a cocaine dealer by night. Like, guys can't just
go danger,
from... Because Jennifer Aniston is chalk, right? She is like... she is really like...
She's her movies.
what's the brown biscuits called? Provita. She's Provita. Angelina Jolie is Popeye's chicken. She is an electric factory.
She slaps.
That's the thing is, just because it's good, it doesn't mean it's good for you. And Angelina Jolie. So now Brad Pitt obviously has to cleanse. He probably went on a yoga course, probably talked to the Dalai Lama for about 15 weeks and didn't talk. You know what I mean? Because Angelina Jolie just looks like the type of person who she gets in your soul. Like people like that get in your soul, and then there's just it's ugly. It's ugly. Robin Badger says, "What movies would you give a 10 out of 10? Now, Robin, you've made a big mistake here because there are just guys in here, probably porn films for most of the guys in the back here.
Wow.
I don't know. For me, I would say The Godfather, the first one.
Godfather 1.
Is... And then I do love Citizen Kane. A lot of people don't. I wouldn't give it a 10, but Godfather
1 is complete.
Yeah, it's the one. And then for me, my other 10 would be A Clockwork Orange. Still a masterpiece for me. Not for everybody, but... Oh, that's tough. That is tough. A guy's killing people in Mummy Lord. John Wick. And also, don't date Angelina Jolie. Do not. Look what it did to Brad Pitt, one of the greatest actors, greatest sex symbols of our time. He got brought to his knees. I mean, she's a lunatic, right? Like, we can say that. I don't think anybody...
She's crazy, bro.
Oh my gosh. Before we go to a break, I was watching NFL last night. And, you know, American sports television is just adverts, right? Mm-hmm. Boy, oh boy, does Angelina Jolie not pop on my screen. Is anybody excited about the new Marvel movie? I don't know what it's called. It's something about gods. Now Thanos apparently didn't actually kill the whole planet. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The Eternals. I think it's called The Eternals. Have you heard anything about it, Ryan? As the king of pop culture, have you heard anything about The Eternals?
Not as yet.
Oh, I can't hear you, Ryan. This is absolutely terrible news.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you are here now.
Yeah, I was saying not as yet.
It's in cinema already.
Oh, is it in cinema already? Have you seen it?
No.
Did you hear about it?
Because Black Widow was just out with Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson, she's also gone weird now. 3 divorces in, that will happen to you.
Yeah.
But firecracker, Scarlett Johansson.
I haven't heard anything about the new one yet.
All right, so there's a new one. Thanos didn't get the whole planet. I mean, I haven't seen any of these ridiculous movies, but I feel like I should get involved. So what happened with Thanos, actually? Did he take a ring off or put it on?
Took one on and he offed half the universe.
So he took it off?
No, he got them all.
This is a very big controversial thing. Like, if we're going to say it, we're going to say it. But it's like, it blows up the whole of the Marvel universe as soon as you mention what happened.
I like what you did. It blows up the whole of the Marvel universe. It actually did.
No, but you're wrong, because the Eternals are here, and somebody in the movie, in the clip that I saw, said Thanos didn't kill everyone. It's who's the Spanish lady?
Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek. So she said, blow up the whole. James, you know Salma Hayek?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
Big personality.
Very big personality.
She does have a massive...
Big personality.
She's a good investor. Massive tracts of land. I do hear you there. Now, the thing about Salma Hayek, she says in this movie, Thanos, he not kill everybody. He say...
You're ridiculous.
Thanos is a good squad. He's Angelina Jolie.
They're good tactically?
Tactically, she's a god. He say Eternals. We make a squad and Thanos,
which I very hard.
Save nobody. It's a difficult situation. We save the world, and we make a new movie. So it's a movie for the people.
It's almost as racist as assuming Jennifer, what was her name? Jennifer Lopez says puppy.
No, yeah, she would say, yeah, Thanos, go. I said, because that probably think he kill the whole world. Kill the whole world, puppy. We okay. Me and Salma Hayek, we get Angelina Jolie and we make a new movie, and we sell it out.
Firstly, Jennifer Lopez is American.
She does have a little bit of a Spanish.
No, but she's of Puerto Rican descent, but she is American.
But she does sound a little bit like
No, she does not.
Say, we not there. Hey, Thanos, we not there. Say, we back again. Making a movie. I get booty issues.
Do you know when you say that, I just have Sofia Vergara's voice in my head.
Say, hey, papi, me one time married Ben Affleck. He boring.
He don't know me.
He not local. I like a little crazy.
Caliente.
My new husband.
Mucho caliente.
Alex Rodriguez, he take drugs in a baseball, make a lot of money. Okay, I like a little.
Now you sound like Tony Montana now.
Yeah, right. I mean, we can't. At some stage, we will get cancelled for saying puppy enough times. But That's how I imagine, because I'm, as we now know, completely racist. I imagine that's how the conversation with Salma Hayek and Jennifer Lopez would go.
Electrifying.
Yeah. All right. We got plenty on the other side. Hopefully a little less racist, because you can't just presume every Hispanic person. Sounds like I've just spoken. All right. Listen, if you're joining us for the first time on YouTube, please click like if you like the content. If you're not really into subliminal racism, then I guess you'd say dislike, and that's fair, because that's on me. And if you are new, please subscribe. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, and we're on the way to 1,000. The MKT Show. Plenty more on the other side. Yeah, I mean, Ryan says he's the king of pop culture, and James says the best movie of all time is Batman. So it's his favorite movie of all time. It's the best movie of all time. It would get a titillating 10 if James was doing the rating and obviously knew who Barry Wrong was. So I asked earlier if Batman had a dog, and James tried to be cool and say Alfred's his dog and try to be hilarious because he does have a pretty cool new haircut, this James. So it's kind of tough to bully him on that one. But here's Jackson M. Hopefully not the type. Hopefully it's not the guy who let kids sleep over and he's typing this from the grave. But Jackson M says Batman has 2 dogs, Dobermans, right? So what are you guys doing at the back there? And James, have you ever seen Batman at all?
I swear on my life, I've never seen Batman with a dog. I promise you.
How many of the Batman movies have you seen?
That's because in his own house, he's not Batman, he's Bruce Wayne.
But that's a good point.
That's true.
That's a good point.
So you'll never see Batman with a dog.
No, but how does this person know then?
No, because he's seen Bruce Wayne with dogs.
Maybe this person's heavily into
Is it like Superman where glasses on?
Yes.
Nobody knows who you are. This is like, who is this man? Who is this mystery man?
Well,
Glasses off. Oh my gosh. Kryptonite.
because the mask is to protect the ones that you...
Okay,
No.
so he does have a dog from the comic books, right?
Uh-huh.
Its name is Ace the Bat Hound.
Okay.
And it appears in Batman Beyond with vocal effects done by Frank Welker.
Uh-huh.
It's Bruce Wayne's pet and guard dog. But this one's a Great Dane.
Yeah, no, I can't take this one seriously. It just looks like Scooby in a Halloween costume.
So Scooby-Doo's wearing a Doberman Halloween costume.
The disrespect.
Or what did you say? What kind of dog is it?
Well, Jackson M said it was a Doberman, but this says he's
Great Dane.
a Great Dane mix.
Okay, but still, you always say to me. So, did Christian Bale have one in his movie?
No.
In the trilogy? Are we sure about that now?
1000%.
Okay, I've seen all 3 of them. By the way, obviously the best ones. Nolan's the best. Yeah. Although Christian Bale's not the best Batman. Let's be very clear. There's only one Batman, and his name's Michael Keaton. Let's be very, very clear about that. Hey, the fairy movie guy is the new Batman, hey? Isn't it?
The Who movie guy?
Twilight. Edward Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fairies, isn't it?
Well,
No, it's vampires.
Vampires, but yeah.
I mean,
Cedric
really,
Diggory.
fairies, vampires.
I'm still yet to see how that one pans out because I can't picture him as Batman.
Hey, look.
No way.
You don't think so?
No,
Because-
like it's happening, but I'm saying it's just I cannot picture it. After watching the whole Twilight trilogy,
Malcolm in the Middle's dad became one of the greatest sort of anti-villain or anti-heroes of modern day television.
Imagine.
You know? You guys don't know what Malcolm in the Middle is. I can see the looks on your face.
have you never seen Malcolm? I've seen it.
Have
That's
you?
a Frankie Muniz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also gone a bit wonky, that guy, huh?
No, but
Childhood starts going to
no.
happen.
What happened to him was he had a car accident and forgot his whole childhood.
What?
Frankie Muniz has no memory of Malcolm in the Middle.
It's the best thing that ever happened to him. So he has all the money and none of the trauma of sleeping at Michael
literally
Jackson's house.
He went on Instagram maybe a couple months ago and he was saying whenever he watches Malcolm in the Middle, he has no recollection of ever doing that series at all.
He's hit the jackpot. Wait, is his body...
Are we forgetting Agent Cody Banks?
But hold on. I want to know this. Is his whole body fine? Is he functional?
No, he's functional. He's fine now.
Is he at yoga classes every day?
He's actually married and he actually had a kid about a month ago.
I can't picture that guy older.
Can he remember the kid?
Sorry?
Can he remember the
No,
kid?
he can. But he just, for some, I don't know what happened, because he was racing cars after he was in films. He started racing cars and he had an accident and he lost all his memory. Why is James laughing?
What's the story there, James?
But do we have to fake news merchants here?
No, I don't. James, what's the story?
No,
What's so funny?
It's just sensational.
No, I was just laughing at the fact
James is dead.
that you said, can you remember the kid?
Can you remember the kid?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fair question. I mean, like if you forget your childhood, do you forget other children or anything childlike? And honestly, I think what we have to celebrate here is 2 things, right? I did say it just now, but it is important to repeat. Number 1, probably slept at Michael Jackson's house. So that's great that you forget that, right? That's good. I would say that's a good thing that a weird, rubbery black man turning into a white woman, you forget that, right? So let's forget all of that at Neverland. He probably did. Like, let's be honest.
I don't think you have the right guy.
No.
What do you mean?
Frankie Muniz did not stay by Michael.
No.
Oh, excuse me. How do you
Dennis
know?
the Menace.
No, you're thinking
Richie Rich.
So you're thinking Macaulay Culkin and Dennis the Menace
Macaulay Culkin,
and Richie Rich, yeah.
Richie Rich.
No, but
Rich,
he
yeah.
wasn't the only one, right?
Wade Robson.
I don't.
No. There
Frankie
are no. There's a whole list of
Wade Robson.
young stars. Yeah, Wade Robson, eh?
Yeah, Wade Robson as well.
No. There's a whole list. You guys think I'm always?
No. I know there's a whole list.
So wait,
how do you know?
I like how you said no. Frankie Muniz, he'd never do that. He was a good 10-year-old.
No, I'm not saying he would never do that. I don't
So
recall Frankie Muniz and Michael Jackson ever like.
How do you
How do you know
that?
you do wrong with them?
What?
But how do you know that? Like I'm saying, Michael Jackson was. You got to remember, Michael Jackson for 20 years was he was untouchable on this planet. How do you know that?
But he was touching other people's kids.
Yeah, he was touching other people's kids.
I am a Michael Jackson fan, and I've read a lot of.
Oh, so does he
a lot
list
of the controversy, and Frankie Muniz never popped up for me.
So does he list the the only kids who slept in my house is Richie Reth?
It's very disrespectful.
Richie Reth, he slept in my house. I bought a pen.
I said, Macaulay, it's bad for you to be home alone.
I'm Michael Jackson. Macaulay, you want to sleep in my house? Sleep in my house, I got lots of
No, there's even now. We can't even find a connection between Frankie Muniz and Michael Jackson.
Okay, so you're saying at this stage,
Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
so you can categorically.
No, hey, that's true. But also, Senzo, if it wasn't on Instagram, it never happened.
Yeah,
Remember
that's
that?
very true. So, okay, listen, I think what I want to celebrate that if it did happen, I'm saying it probably did happen because Michael Jackson was a sick bastard, is that if it did happen, I'm happy for him. Like, also...
So Frankie Muniz is saying, have you seen my childhood?
Oh, my gosh. Oh, wowzers. Frankie Muniz, eh? He was Agent Cody Banks as well, huh? You were going to say.
The one and only.
All right, Ryan, bit of a fan there. I'm really happy for him, dude. Plus, let's be honest.
Big fat liar.
Big fat liar, yeah. Hey, he was... So now, does he act now? Or has he forgotten how to act? Because he learned that
when
he
was
a
the last
child?
time you saw him?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I saw him on... I was watching Fast and Loud. He was on Fast and Loud
What
a
is
couple
that?
years ago. He like walked into the garage, saw Richard Rawlings, and he was like...
Oh my goodness. No, guys.
Because he was a...
We think about the wrong thing here. What if he's the greatest actor? You guys probably haven't. You haven't seen The Usual Suspects because you guys just watch Batman, right? Another guy who's been cancelled, by the way. Yeah, I mean, he did some stuff. It's now come out. I mean, Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yeah.
So, but have you got, neither of you have seen Usual Suspects, I'd imagine. And in fact, I know that for a fact because it's actually a brilliant movie. So in that, Kaiser Sose is like the best, like just hectic human of all time, right? What if Frankie Muniz is full on just Kaiser Soseing us right now? Like, oh, I can't remember a thing. So
yeah, bruh.
Because now, what if he's acting in real life? Have you thought about that, Ryan? What if he's acting in real life? Like, oh, I can't remember. Oh my God, is that me? Is that not me? Michael who? Michael Jackson? Touching who? Touching me?
It must be so weird though to wake up one morning, you have no idea who you are. At one stage, you're probably one of the biggest stars. I mean, the Cody Banks franchise alone was massive.
But wait, weird for who? For you?
No, I'm saying if you were to wake up, like if you were Frankie Muniz and you just wake up one day and everything you've done, you cannot remember a thing, but you wake up and you're a star with all this money. Like it must be the strangest thing in the world.
But what I'm saying is is this the greatest life of all time? Because now he gets to disappear, but he's got the childhood money. So now he doesn't have the childhood trauma of having, you know, childhood stars. A lot of the pressure that's put on them is what makes them these weird people. But he doesn't remember that now. He's got his beautiful wife. They're going to have a normal family. And honestly, they could live next door to whoever and nobody would care because he's not on Instagram, right? Like that's awesome.
No, he's recently come back on Instagram now. He's got like
oh, you just remembered. Like, I can't remember being at Michael Jackson's house, but I can remember my login code.
No, he probably made a new account.
Like, isn't that a bit weird? Like, it shook it off. You know what happened? My wife opened the window at home, I bumped my head. Oh my God, Frankie, are you okay? You got the massive contusion on your head. 63A49. What the bloody hell are you talking about? My Instagram, you morons. He's back. Who's back?
No, but I don't know if you've noticed.
No.
I don't know if you've seen.
It's Malcolm in the middle. Like, what are you talking about? Just give me my Instagram phone. Like, it's how hilarious that he remembers his Instagram login, but not being at Michael Jackson's
sure he
house.
must. I don't know. I don't think he was on Instagram. Like, it's a new thing you can tell. Because if Instagram was a thing back in the day, he would have had a huge following. But
Ryan, you're a bit of a fan, huh?
He is.
What? Frankie Muniz?
Yeah, I can hear
I
this.
think he's a boss. Yeah.
What?
I used to love the Agent Cody Banks series.
So, but now, Ryan, I mean, he's your hero, and most people live vicariously through their heroes. Do you take it personally that he can't remember your support? Your support is meaningless because it's forgotten by the star himself. So if you walked up to him and you said, Agent Cody Banks 46 or however many they made, you were hilarious.
And he'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? I won't take a selfie with you.
Is that tough for you to swallow?
I wouldn't be upset if he didn't take a selfie.
You're lying.
Like, it's not a thing. But I do find it a bit strange.
So do I. The fact that he can remember his Instagram login, but not the 15 years before that. All right.
But I've been finding recently, like, a lot of child stars from when I was a kid back in the day, you know, we'd watch a lot of different kid actors. They've grown up now and completely fell off. Like, I find it the weirdest thing. Or they're just not doing anything relevant. Like, they made their money and now they're out.
There's only one child star, and I thought Scarlett Johansson had survived the curse, but she's also gone like wonky, and it's 3 divorces in and whatever. She just happens to be one of the most beautiful human beings to ever live and a great actress, so they'll keep tolerating her, right? But she's 3 divorces in, which means real life's hard for them. Is that the only person that I know of who was a child star and continues to be doing it and has it on track is Dakota Fanning. She's
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He's weird, dude. He won't date anyone over 21.
What about Selena Gomez?
Well, we don't know yet. She's
true.
She's got lots of time to mess
No,
up.
she went off the radar, bro.
How old is she?
went
No,
crazy.
she's not off the radar. She's got her own like cooking show.
Yeah, she was
thing
crazy.
now
She
and-
went,
No, but she
Nah,
fell
she
off
didn't,
after
bro.
the Bieber.
yeah, she went crazy
situation.
after Justin Bieber.
Well, she dated Justin Bieber. That's crazy, James.
No,
Dakota, when was the last? Do you guys know Dakota Fanning? I think she's your age.
Charlotte's Web.
Come on, Ryan.
There
Come
we
on,
go.
my brother. Charlotte,
There we go.
come on, my
Man on
brother.
fire.
You just shocked me, bro. I didn't realize you had that in the. Hey, that's a great bullet to have in the chamber. Charlotte's Web, absolutely incredible. Yeah. So now, because Dakota, what's it? Selena Gomez, did she go wild as well
She went nuts.
after Bieber?
No, Selena Gomez is. No, Justin Bieber. There was a
Both
big
of them.
thing that
Oh, let's hear it.
embarrassed her.
Let's hear it. I want to hear.
What did Selena? I know Justin Bieber went all druggy and peeing in buckets and stuff.
No. He also got a 6-packed up personal pastor. If you guys look him up, see if you can find the graphic.
Cost up pay.
The guy looks like a runway model, but he's also a pastor. And he never wears a shirt like Matthew McConaughey. So that happened to Biebs.
All right.
But listen, Biebs had it tough. I mean, from 13, he was the biggest star in the world for a
I'm
while.
so sorry. You had so much fame and all of that nice stuff in your life. From the
No,
age
guys,
of
it was
13.
serious though. He released a mini-series about it last year. I don't know if you guys watched it. It was like a 6-part mini-series. He dropped one a week for 6 weeks.
Listen to James.
No.
James, do you hate Justin Bieber?
They would literally leave him drugged up, and his bouncers would have to come in and check if he had a pulse. Like, that's how bad Bieber got.
Look at James's
Those
face.
people would be in prison if that happened.
James.
No. Hey, if you're the biggest star on the planet,
Yes.
it can happen.
Please, dude.
It happened to Lil Peep. It happened to Mac Miller.
James, talk to me here. I like what your face did. Now, I've just seen a little bit of who you are as a person, because it seems like, for whatever reason, I'd imagine it's because of her artistic and acting ability, you seem to be a big fan of Selena Gomez. Now, what it sounds like, now correct me if I'm wrong, in every divorce, right, everyone always thinks, no, we'll be friends with both of them, it'll be fine. Oh.
In no way.
So you've picked Selena in the divorce, from what I'm hearing, because there's a lot of passion going Selena's way and a lot of disdain going Bieber's way.
The Biebs.
So have you picked Selena in that whole divorce? Is that what you're saying there?
I don't know how to answer that question, but
Of course you don't.
what I will say,
because your
to
lady
you-
does watch this show, and now it gets awkward.
What I will say to you is, A, I haven't conferred with my lawyers yet, and B,
You're not willing to answer this at this stage. I hear you're very, very smart. It was a little bit like the whole Tony McCann situation. I don't really want to go back to that, but I do hear you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I do hear Selena Gomez, extremely talented. We all sort of revere her for her art and her form, or art form. Her art form is what James is into, the acting and the
But
singing.
also Ariana Grande as well.
Did she go wild? Did she
No,
go-
she seems to be fine.
So how old is Ariana Grande?
She must be 22, 23,
Is
but
it?
she's doing it.
No, but
You should know. You're the biggest Mac Miller fan, and she dated Mac Miller.
She's doing it. I'm sure she's like 23.
but was she a star at like 6?
No,
She was on Disney
she starred
Channel.
in Sam and Cat on Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, as we all know, Sam and Cat. I mean, you should have said. What are you talking
And,
about?
and Victorious.
Oh, of course. What's this guy talking
Victoria
about?
Justice.
Zendaya.
But is this on Disney Channel?
No, this is Nickelodeon.
Sorry,
They Nick
forgive me.
stars. Yeah, she's a Nick star. But it was funny because in Victoria.
Whoa! Oh,
Slow
what?
down.
A what star?
What?
Slow down.
Wait. Wait.
Slow down.
Brian, are we now contracting child, or what do you call it, like Cartoon Network's names? And Cartoon Network and Cartoon Network. But why did you say Nick Star? Like, is that short for Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon.
Oh, do we all know that? Is that...
Yes.
And Disney? Diz-Star. Disaster.
No, Disney is just...
Wow. Wow.
All right. Okay, let's move on. I'm sick and tired of talking about child stars. You know what? I want to be honest. I just like Dakota Fanning as an actress. I'm not like James.
She's good.
I've loved...
She can act.
She's brilliant.
I'm Sam.
She was,
bro.
But Charlotte's Web. Ryan, who's the girl that forced you to watch Charlotte's Web? I don't know.
I watched it at school.
I don't know any single guys that would voluntarily watch Charlotte's Web if you haven't seen it. There's no way. You watched that under duress and you thought you had a chance. Who is she? And you work on a big show now, bro. Maybe we rekindle the fire.
I think, no, it was for school. I'm trying to
okay.
for grade 6.
Okay, it makes sense.
We had to read the book and then we watched the movie.
It makes sense. I don't know, like Ryan, cool guy, you know what I mean? Swag guy. There's no way.
He's got time for
Not on this planet.
Hey, guys.
Let's hear it.
It was for school.
Sandra.
I watched more films at
Sandra,
my high school than James watched in his...
that's true. Wow. That's true. His mom paid for 3 years of university and you watched 3 films. Incredible. Ryan, shout out to you pivoting out of what was an awkward situation there, because you did watch Charlotte's Web for what you're saying is school. I still think it was for a lady. Have you seen Charlotte's Web?
No.
Because you're a dude. There's no way. The thing is, I like Charlotte's Web. Ryan, we'll get to the...
You're a Renaissance man.
I am a Renaissance man. Bit of a douchebag, actually, is what it is. You know, just there's always people like me who want to be into something that other people aren't into, and then you feel smarter than you are. I'm just a douchebag. Like we should feel free to say that. Like you know, the people go, oh no, I only like the early stuff. You know how many of those people?
Well, you did tell us what happened in Canada, so that does make you a douchebag.
I bet you also read Animal Farm, isn't it?
George Orwell.
What of Animal Farm?
No, I'm saying if you like being ahead of the rest and you like to read ahead and feel smart, you probably read Animal Farm.
Listen, I think George Orwell.
Political revolution.
It's not. I think it's not quite the same example, because George Orwell, one of the best writers of all time. Yes, I have read Animal Farm, seen the movie, one of the greatest political commentaries we've ever had. Yeah. So, but I don't think Orwell's one of those things where you're telling people about it. It's like, no, it's certified. It's like Shakespeare. Everyone's done it. Hey.
Because Big Brother's watching.
Different film, but yeah. It's called the Corporation's watching. So I'll leave you with that. You should know where that's from. Orwellian writing. Huh. So, Selena Gomez. We'll talk more about her, I think, later in the week, because has she gone crazy? Senzo says yes. James seems to be defending her because of the artistic integrity and everything she's done. Her catalogue is James's favorite. He's into her music and her acting and everything she's done as a maestro of the arts.
I am, yeah.
Sorry, maestro of the arts?
No, maestro of the media and film industry.
Arts. I just want to be clear. Is there a T in there?
Yes, arts.
Arts.
Yeah.
Because if there wasn't a T, it would be
arts.
So you wouldn't say a maestro of the arts?
No, arts.
So Selena Gomez is a maestro of the arts?
Yes.
Okay, to be clear,
arts.
For anybody listening who may actually be looking to spend the next 3 to 5 years with you, and you guys have made that commitment, James is a fan of Selena Gomez's arts.
Her commitment to the arts.
And your commitment to her arts. Arts. All right, if you're joining us for the very first time, this is the kind of programming we make. You probably thought, it's a sports show. They'll talk about the weekend, the Premier League, etc. No, we're not talking about that. We may talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow we may have the current South African marathon champion, Stephen Mukoka. So look out for that. That'll be very cool. I was with him 2 weeks ago. Was with him yesterday. In a non-sexual way. I just saw him and I gave him a fist bump.
Why are you explaining?
Well, it gets weird. Because Ryan and James now have created a sort of vibe now on the show. And I'm heterosexual. I have no problem if people are doing that, by the way. To you guys in the back, if you guys...
Why do you need a disclaimer?
I'm just saying, you know?
Okay.
It's fine. If you guys want to make out in the back there, James, Ryan, cool.
Because they're always crying about how cold the aircon is.
Yeah, it's always so cold back there.
Are you cold?
Who's the Australian guy who passed away?
Heath Ledger.
There's a Heath Ledger vibe. Who was the other guy?
Jake Gyllenhaal. Bubble Boy.
Jake Gyllenhaal. His sister's, what's her name?
Maggie
Gyllenhaal. Terrible actress, but both of them, their parents must be so proud too in Hollywood. Hey, there's another family situation that's Ugh, that's getting ugly, huh? The Baldwin thing. Boy, oh boy. Listen, the media is killing him. Oh, no.
Wow.
Okay. No, that's not what I meant.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. Robin Badger will leave. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
James only landed now.
Yeah, no. That was... Wowzers. Wow. Robin Badger says, am I on TikTok? We've got a business account. I'm personally not on TikTok. No. I should probably get on TikTok though, because I'm in the content game.
Oh, no.
All right, I'll get on TikTok. I'm not... You know what? Maybe I'll do those dances. I don't know what I'll do. I'll get on TikTok. Robin, that's good. You have to be open to new information. I'm in the content game. I got to get in there. Before you go, click like if you enjoy the show. Right? If you don't, down thumb. I hate this show. This is terrible. There was a lot of talk about pedophilia, murder, racism earlier, a little bit to the Hispanic community.
John Wick.
There was John Wick, who's a hero and a murderer at the same time. He's murdering other people that murder other people. Boko Haram. Not good. Not good. So you can murder those people.
There was Nick Stars and Desire Stars.
Yeah, there were those things. There was James's new fresh haircut. He's looking good. He's in the gym. Ryan, who looks like he's the head of... Maybe John Wick's going to kill Ryan. I'm saying John Wick,
wow.
Don't kill Ryan, because he looks like he could be the head of a biker gang. But he's maybe one of the nicest people, considering that the place he's from houses the devil.
So you're saving Private Ryan.
And that's broadcasting. The MKT Show, ladies and gentlemen. That is the kind of broadcasting we're doing. Senzo Sitebe, closing it out perfectly. Hit subscribe. Hey, the revolution must continue. We must get to 1,000. So help us on our way. Please click subscribe. My name is MKT. Shout out to the boys. Get out there if you're in South Africa and vote. If you don't want to vote, don't vote. It's a democratic right. Do whatever you want. I guess I would urge you to vote though, because I will take you less seriously if you don't vote. But it is up to you to do what I say, which is vote. You're free to do what I say. Go and vote. The MKT Show, ladies and gentlemen, for today is the hell out of here.